Good morning. Welcome to your daily dose. I'm excited to talk today about kind of a hard thing. It's definitely a cultural taboo issue, and that's to serve. A secular world doesn't really take a good view of service jobs, but as a Bible believing Jesus follower, we look at serving as part of our world. We're going to be in John chapter 13, 1 through 17. So if you want to turn there, I'm going to challenge you to go ahead and read that when we're done. We get to serve in a lot of ways, a lot of different ways. But what are the lengths that we will actually go through to serve God and to serve Him well? It's easy to serve when it's easy, but it's not easy to serve when it's hard. So a few plus years ago, I went through a really, really difficult time, and it was around Easter time. I was serving on a worship team. But when it came down to it, the question that I had was from God was, will you still serve? Now, my question back to God was, how? How will it possibly be that I could serve God and be broken? But He said, I gave you all the gifts. You know how. But are you willing? Well, that kind of wrecked me. Am I still willing to serve God even though my life is hard? So in the book of John, chapter 13, we look at this epic story of Jesus washing the feet of His disciples. And He opens that story with Judas. He tells the whole room. Can you imagine what happened in the room? He tells them, one of you here is not good. What would that do to the room that we have? We're like, oh my gosh, we're serving all these people. And Jesus stands up and says, hey, one of you isn't good. Would you still serve the disciples knowing that one of you isn't good? Now, Jesus was willing to serve Judas, the enemy. So if we look into our lives, it's like, okay, it's hard to serve when it's hard. But are you willing to serve God even when it's hard? And then push it one step further. Are you willing to serve God even when the enemy is present? Okay, one step further. Are you willing to serve God even when you have to serve Judas? And I don't know who Judas is in your life. However, Jesus said, He knows how anybody can wash feet, but I'm willing to serve the enemy. And so today I want to challenge you to serve your enemy in this time of bumper stickers and rallies and protests and riots. Are you willing to serve your enemy? And so I'm going to challenge you to read John 13, 1 through 7. If you would just take a few minutes and read that over and realize what was actually happening in the room. It's a powerful challenge in our life. And I think one that's going to go throughout our whole lives is that God's going to ask us, are you willing to serve when it's easy? Are you willing to serve when it's hard? Are you willing to serve the enemy? And that's the challenge today. So I hope you have a great day. And I'm going to challenge myself too to serve the enemy today. Have a good one.